it's Liam Caddison here, and this is Once Upon a Time. As we get into episode 18 of this season, we are coming scaringly close to the ending of this season, with 5 episodes left to go, and the cogs are starting to turn for Emma. I'm excited to see how things do play out, especially, of course, with Mary Margaret as well, after she made a run for it at the end of episode 16, but returned to her cell at the end of episode 17, especially since things would look even worse for her, even if she claims to have not have done it. Which, I'm still on the side of Mary Margaret, but you know, the courts are not going to, take that as a good conviction, are they? So, yeah, but it was a really great episode last time around with the Mad Hatter, with Sebastian Stan making his appearance on Once Upon a Time, delving into some fascinating insight regarding how ludicrous it was for Emma to pass off fairy tales as just fiction and whatnot, and as well as exploring his story, his backstory with Regina and how he was trapped in Wonderland. So it was superb, and I'm excited to see what happens in this episode. So with that said, let's get into Once Upon a Time. This is episode 18 of season 1. Let's go.
And you must inflict pain. If something
pain breeds
tragic was to happen to David's wife, and if Mary Margaret should take the blame,
she'd be ruined.
All the pieces forming because of these.
One good reason why I should trust you.
Because
this is all
honor my agreements. Do we have a deal?
And plus, this is so appetizing for Regina. This is her being able to stand on top of the mountain for once.
Because you can be so much more if you just let me help you.
I don't care.
I mean, this isn't exactly helping her. This is her. Oh,
Please. I'll be good.
I mean, this is forcing her to be like you.
Just have to find some way to make it up to me.
That'll do. I don't know why, but his face kind of screams David Bowie for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's the morning I've had.
David, I don't have time.
I've been listening to Bowie all morning.
Mary Margaret.
Why not, for once, make it easier on everyone? Because, confession or not, you're leaving Storybrooke. And you like that.
You can tell with her voice, she's licking her lips at this
do you take such
potential
preciousness? What
opportunity.
did I ever do to you to make you hate me so much?
Oh? Are we finally going into this region?
The only way to overcome fear is to face it. To get back on that horse as soon as possible.
Their first confrontation! Oh!
I'm Snow.
And I just glitched! I don't care!
A pre-trial interview with the prosecution.
That was good,
Explain
though.
to me how
As such, I'm sure you can imagine how the jury would perceive Miss Blanchard if she agreed
just
to
stings a bit
cooperate with the
because we
district
know
attorney.
his
These
game.
things engender trust. It shows the jury she's at least trying.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just came by to drop these off. I thought they
All
were
the snakes are emerging from their nest.
Because you wanted Catherine Nolan gone.
I never said that.
He's a dick in the fairy tale events. He's a dick here.
Client agreed.
She was the only thing keeping us apart, so yeah, I wanted her gone. Is that what you want to hear?
I mean, you shouldn't have said that.
Interest in my daughter until now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Talking about rushing relationships quick.
Will you marry me, Regina?
It's not even been 5 minutes.
Yes.
Did she just speak? Oh.
What are you doing? You said to get back on the horse and... What are you doing with him?
Snow, I can explain.
Oh, she's not gonna tell.
It creates happiness.
And that man in the stables.
And she's
He
kind of
loves me.
channeled that with charming.
With all my heart.
Then you must marry him. I will go tell Father right away.
Oh!
You can't.
Writing. I usually have one idea, and then in the middle, I may get another idea, and things are different.
So your perspective changes.
Exactly. When you started this investigation, what was it about?
I can take some
A missing
lessons from
person.
August at the minute.
If we can prove that Mary Margaret didn't bury the heart, we can prove that she's innocent.
And I'm gonna guess you know exactly whose shovel it is.
Who's your first suspect? Oh. That's teamwork, though. Like the perfect jigsaw, it's a perfect match. What a team!
So much, but she's not letting me help her, and I know she's unhappy. Has she said something? I'd do anything to make her happy.
Like, you know... Uh-oh.
Of course, dear.
You know how, a murderer can stab someone? I wonder how they died.
But she'll lose you. She can't lose her mother.
Ah, there's a bit of a conflict there.
No one should.
Oh, sweet Snow, it's all right. She won't lose me. You can tell me. You must tell me.
Oh, no, no, no. No, Snow.
Tollbridge, the day the heart was found. An anonymous call. Yeah, well, I can't control the fact they didn't leave a name.
Twisting
I suppose
certain
they didn't want to risk pissing you off.
stories when she knows the truth.
Now open the garage or I'll find a way to do it myself.
Go, Emma! If she's 10 steps ahead again, I'm just gonna lose it. I hate it. I hate how on top of her game she is. I was thinking she can't know, right?
I don't know what I ever did to you, but whatever it was, Regina. I'm sorry. I truly am.
Apology not accepted.
Please don't do this
My
to me.
God, she's got so much venom.
I did not kill Catherine.
I know. But you do deserve this.
Oh!
Don't know what you want, but I do. I didn't make the sacrifices I
This
did in
is
life to get you to the
abusive.
cusp of greatness, so that you could end up the wife of a stable boy.
It's my life.
Not
You
yours.
foolish girl. It's mine. Yes, it is.
Mother!
Die! You are... What a bastard!
Now clean yourself up. Wipe away your tears. Because now
I despise...
you're going to be queen.
I despise her. She's abusive. She... I'm angry.
Are you mad?
Darkness...
No,
That moment.
I'm not mad at all. You were just trying to help me. However, I'm not marrying Daniel. This dress is for your father.
I thought you were in love.
You're a stepmother, and I couldn't be happier.
Me too.
The animosity has just started in this.
No. You need to go to your room
Piss
and help
off.
with the pack. I am so proud of you.
There's the fireplace. You know where to go.
That horse.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've been pissed off as I have one person or a group since the Watchers Council in Buffy.
We got her.
Oh no.
Hey,
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
For what? Huh?
What the f- Whoa, where the heck did she come from? Well, at least Catherine's alive. Where the heck did she come from? I mean, out of nowhere, seemingly, given Ruby's reaction, but I guess we'll find out what the heck happened to Catherine, but oh my god, that is my favourite episode by a country mile. Just exploring the reason why Regina hates Snow and just feeling so... And I got so angry. Wasn't it her name Cora? Yeah, I despise her so freaking much. Because there's no love whatsoever. She's heartless. And, you know, some could say that, you know, that transferred to Regina because she adapted in the ways that her mother forced her to be. But beforehand, Regina just wanted that happy life. She just wanted that happy life with Daniel, and all she did was think about herself. She wasn't thinking about her daughter's happiness whatsoever. And you know what? Even if, I am, told she does have a bit of care. No. What she said to Snow was all smoke and mirrors. Because she only wanted what was best for herself. Not for her daughters. I'm vexed. Like I said, I don't think I've been this pissed off as I have been since the Watchers Council in episode 12 of season 3. We all know how I went. You know what? She'd make a good fit because she is scum. She is heartless. She's a heathen. She could fall off a mountain. Ugh. Anyways. Yeah, I just felt... I mean, what Regina is doing now is, you know, not advocated. It's not something that, you know, is justice. Because Snow was manipulated. And really, this is all her mother's fault, because her mother can't accept the fact that Regina, you know, wanted that happy life. We all have our different, you know, belief, and this is it. She had a different perception of love. She was speaking as if she wrote the rules of love. So I need a timeout because I was pissed. I just felt so bad for Regina. Like I said, you saw the life and energy that was flowing. Like, you could see the complete differences. It's day and night, or night and day, in terms of Regina now and Regina in the past. Because she carries that cold stiffness in the present day, where she was just full of life and soul when it came to, this chance with Daniel. So, yeah. Oh, man. That was... ever since I began watching this show, I've been impressed with how... Just how incredible this show has been. It's just been a roller coaster ride. It's been fabulous. It's been amazing to experience the writing of Once Upon a Time, and episode to episode I've just been captivated by the story of Once Upon a Time. It's just been an excellent treat for me, and I gotta say that was my favorite episode of this series by a country mile. It was really incredible. It was really great to finally get some exploration into Regina's backstory and how she manifested that hatred for Snow White. It was good looking at the Storybrooke events. It was really good seeing certain acting pieces as well, like Lana, especially with some of the portrayals of her faces, like especially when she confronted Mary Margaret and then Mary Margaret breaking down as well. It was just incredible. I don't know where to start, because that was an episode. It had me feeling sorry for Regina so much. It had me angry. So, I mean, I think this has, I think there are some writers from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, actually. So, it's not exactly alien, it's not exactly uncharted waters to write a character who just pisses you off so much as, Buffy had with Quentin Travers. So, and as well as the other Watcher Council members, but, yeah, it was really great. Like, I felt so bad for Regina. There was a lot of empathy shed towards her, and like I said, it's night and day regarding the differences in Regina to what she was when she was way younger to who she is now. Like, you can tell from the acting that she is a more stiffer character in the present day, and she was full of life, she was full of hope, but she never got her happily ever after. So there is that darkness, there is that hatred, and this is it. I feel so bad for Regina, but what she has done is not justified by any means. You can, sympathize with a character and what they've gone through, as I have done with Regina, but it's not like her actions are justified. And not only that, but she's been a thorn in the side for a lot of people. It's not just, Mary Margaret or Emma. Like, she's taking it out on Emma, for example, and Emma had nothing to do with this. But there is that increased level of animosity because she is the daughter of Snow White. So, yeah. If anyone is to blame, if she is to take it out on someone, it's her mother, because she was a boil on humanity's ass, basically. She was... I feel like I'm going into a bit of a rant here, because, like I said, she was on par with the Watchers Council in terms of how much I hated her, how much I despised her. Like, from the get-go, there was no level of compassion whatsoever. There was abuse, there was hatred, there was selfishness from her character. And you even had Regina whimper to her mother because of the hurt that she was being put through. And no one deserves to go through that. Heck, Regina was, so kind and considerate, but because she wasn't Mummy's little daughter, she had to suffer the price. She couldn't be her own person. She couldn't, pursue her own life because that was illegal in her mother's eyes. So, and this is it though, like, it's so bad that Mary Margaret / Snow is receiving, this amount of hostility. Because like I said, if there is one person, if she could strangle one person, it's not Mary Margaret you want to be strangling, it's your mother. Because she was the one that killed Daniel. Mary Margaret didn't do that. Yeah, she slipped, but she was naive. Like, Snow White went through the fact that she lost her mother, and because Cora was being so manipulative to Snow White, she was none the wiser, because she had that hope for Regina that, that her mother and Regina wouldn't be parting ways, because she took a warmth to Regina, and she didn't want her to go through the same pain that she went through. But at the same time, kids are naive, so I mean, there was even that reaction when when Regina was getting prepared for her wedding, because she thought she was marrying Daniel. So yeah, she wasn't to know. This is it. Regina knows through experience how manipulative Cora can be. Snow doesn't. Like, this is it with the family. Like, her father, like Snow's father, for a good example, not even 5 minutes in, I'm gonna marry you. So, they can't have a good tell about how manipulative Cora was. And this is it. Cora was the one that killed Daniel. She was the one that faked that compassion when, Regina and Daniel embraced their happiness together. And Cora was like, oh, this is what makes you happy. And this is it. I was expecting shit to hit the fan when she was putting on that act, warming to Daniel, because just with the fact that how she reacted when Regina was having fun with the horses, you keep track of this stuff, you monitor what characters say, and so this is it. Like, Daniel suffered the consequences because of Cora at the end of the day. This is it. If she showed genuine compassion, even though that's an illegal thing for Cora, rather than the smoke and mirrors bullshit that she put on, sure, Regina could have been a little mad, being like, oh, you broke a promise, but she wouldn't hold that hostility because Daniel would still be alive. And it's the fact that she never got that happily ever after with Daniel, that she's been forced to marry. Because this is it. Cora said yes on behalf of her. No, she didn't say it on behalf of her. She said it on behalf of herself, because she wanted to play Regina like a puppet. Because she basically she even said it, she controlled her life. So, yeah. It's so maddening. Just the manipulation, the hostility, the abuse that she put her own daughter through, all because she wasn't a carbon copy of her. It's just ridiculous, and it's just frustrating, and this is it. And not just that though, but I feel like Regina was very young. I don't know how old she was, but I can take the impression that she was very, very, very young. So, at that moment where she channeled that darkness, she channeled it as she grew older, not realizing that, well, then again, this is it, she had no answer to her mother's abuse, so, she's so, this is it, she's so used to her mother telling her to act like this, to behave like this, otherwise I'm going to put you through pain, that there is no power. And at the end of the day, it's sad because Regina, with that animosity, with what her mother told her about how as if she wrote the book on, oh, there is no love, etc. Like, I wouldn't say she's completely molded Regina into Cora, because there is still sign of love. Like, she even reflected back on the ring in the beginning and the closing shots of this episode. Whereas Cora and love, it's, non-existent. So, yeah, I'm channeling that hatred because I was mad. I was frustrated. But this is the sad thing. That's what I'm saying, that a huge part of Regina's personality in Storybrooke has basically played onto Cora's desires, because at the end of the day, her mother got what she wanted, which is the sad thing with abusers. Like, they seek that power. They want their victims to crave to their desires. And what Cora wanted was to manipulate Regina's image to her perfection. She didn't want Regina to have her happiness. This is it. That's why she killed Daniel. And not just that, though, but she staged this whole thing. She wanted power, without taking in consideration Regina's feelings, without taking in consideration that Regina had felt... Well, this is it, because she killed Daniel. She didn't care about that whatsoever. She wanted what she wanted at the end of the day. It's not what Regina wanted, it's what Cora wanted. So, yeah. And this is it, though. The coldness of Cora manifested with Regina, and sadly Regina followed the path of her mother by adapting, by carrying on that coldness, because like I said, it's night and day, her personality then and her personality now. So but it's like I said, I empathize so much with Regina, but it doesn't justify what she did. She even did things that were I guess, unrelated to her animosity with Snow. And what Regina has done in terms of the extreme actions she's taken, that is on her. It's not justifiable, but you do sympathize with her. And I think that's the key distinction. You can sympathize with someone, but what they have done might not be justifiable, and that's certainly the case with Regina. So yeah, but I really loved seeing Regina, especially when, like I said, going back to when Regina was in the wedding dress, there was that music that signified that darkness that developed, that started, especially with her animosity with Snow White. You could sense it, and that's what I really loved. You could really sense with the music, with the facial expressions, the start of that animosity. She was already distraught, which was completely understandable because she had that true feeling with Daniel, and now she's been forced into something because of her mother, with someone that she doesn't have feelings for. And there's that satisfaction where when Sydney killed her husband, because of the fact that this is a middle finger to her mother. So, but we didn't see her as... I don't know if we saw her in the Genie episode, but who cares? yeah, this was satisfaction, but still, what I really loved was, like I said, you could see the facial expressions, you could see the shift in that darkness, and that was really, really nice. Same with when she approached Mary Margaret in her cell in present day in Storybrooke. The smile on her face was so venomous, it was so sinister, and it was haunting. Because she is finally feeling like she is getting her justice. She's in that position where she's like, well, finally, this is all going. After so many years, I am finally getting that revenge. And it's and just the way, like I said, Lana's facial expressions wrong when she confronted Mary Margaret was just so sinister and so cold, and it was just well done. So but yeah, I really liked a lot of the present day stuff, like I said, as well, like August and Emma working together in order to uncover what's been going on with Mary Margaret. It's going to be very interesting to go into the next episode because surely Catherine's going to show up, right? Now that she's emerged. It's going to be very interesting to know what the heck's happened. So I'm expecting the next episode to get a bit more Catherine-esque in terms of like what we're going to be focusing on next week, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting because it's kind of like kicked the whole trial situation. It's kind of kicked it up the arse, really, because of the fact that Catherine's now there, and Emma can be like, yeah, Catherine's here, no trial needed, so Regina, let's talk turkey. Because she knows, with the fact that they found the perfect bit of shrapnel for the shovel. So not just that though, but she now knows that Sydney has been working against her. And I feel like it's great that we have that trust in August, because this is what Emma needs. She needs someone she can trust, because it was just so frustrating seeing, Gold and Sydney in the same room, and I'm like, she is surrounded by snakes. So August is like one of the only people in this situation against Mary Margaret that she can trust, because he didn't rat her out. So yeah, like I said, Mary Margaret's breakdown to why Regina hates her was really beautifully done as well. Like, this is it. You just, you're just wondering, why me? Why, like, because Mary Margaret has no memory of this, but this is the advantage for Regina. She knows, and this is playing to her advantage really, really perfectly. Like, it must be scintillating for her when she had that breakdown. Regina knows. It's so powerful, but again, this is all playing on to, I mean, even if she remembers, she doesn't deserve it. It's like I said, the only person that needs their just desserts is Cora, because she was the one that didn't have an ounce of compassion in her. Snow was being manipulated. And Regina had reason to believe that Cora, listened to reason and realized this is what my daughter wants. She and for all Regina knows, she could have led with that, let them two be happily ever after, and the dynamic would have changed completely between Snow and Regina. But because Cora killed Daniel, Regina's forced to think back that, well, this is it though. She can't exactly, I feel like there is that she has no power against Cora, but she has power against Snow White. So there's an inkling, I feel, inside Regina. I'm not sure, but I feel like with, like I said, abusers seek that power, and she can do nothing against. I mean, you saw how powerless Regina was, but like, I feel like there's an inkling inside of Regina that knows that this is Cora, but Snow revealed this to Cora, and the blame is shifted onto her because she's powerless against Cora, but not to Snow White. And because she broke that promise, she's reflecting, if you didn't say anything, Daniel would still be here. But in the end, in reality, it's Cora's fault, because she is a compassionate witch. She has no empathy whatsoever. She can fall off a mountain, don't care. I hate her. She's deceitful. She's manipulative. She's an abuser. There we go. So this is her doing, because she was the one that could have, been happy for Regina, because this was what Regina wanted. But because Cora wanted what was best for Cora, and went to extreme circumstances to prevent Regina and Daniel from being a thing, we know who's to blame. Cora. So, but you do sympathize with Regina. What she's done, not justifiable, but there is full sympathy regarding her, so... yeah. Like I said, that was a roller coaster episode. My favourite episode of Once Upon a Time. Heated, sympathetic, surprising with the end, because Catherine just appeared out of nowhere, so it's going to be very interesting to pick up upon. But yeah, the moral of the story is... nobody likes Cora. So yeah. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!